Another transfer that's kind of looming in the background, we talked about it in the last pod as well, but Giorgos Giakoumakis, today in Record Sport, he's been linked with a club in Saudi Arabia. And I know there's obviously been reports that he expected a better deal. I mean, Graeme, you weren't on the last pod, so maybe start with you. Would you push the boat out to keep Giakoumakis?
Obviously, we spoke there about the Postecoglou way and how he deals with players and transfers. Yeah, you understand. So if that's the general rule, but just as a player, I think he's brilliant. Honestly, I think I've spotted a few times, and I know it's just the hold-up play. That's the thing. Is I still think Giakoumakis' ability to give Celtic that extra dimension, even in games he's no scoring. I still think he's such a vital commodity to this team. So I would obviously be keen, but again, if Celtic are looking for that profile of striker to potentially replace him, that obviously changes the rules in that sense. But purely in Giakoumakis, I think when he came in, there was this hesitation about his goal record, like, it's almost kind of counterproductive when somebody scores so freely in Holland. There's almost like, is he actually good? And it very quick, I know the first few months were difficult with injuries, but I think as much as the one-touch finish and his record on that front, it's actually his other parts of his game that you need to be careful when you say this, but Hearts and Sutton Dembele would probably be the three standout strikers, robust Celtic strikers of the 21st century. And Giakoumakis compares favourably because he really is a handful. He brings, I think the Shakhtar Donetsk game, that night, he was the right, at the one each game at home, he was the right call to start up front. Kyogo was the one who was misplaced. He didn't need to be playing attack midfield. There's probably a better way to arrange the team. But I think Postecoglou's team, with all the passing and the movement, I think they get an authority when Giakoumakis plays. He brings the Scottish element to their style. They're not just a pass team. And I think it'd be a must keep. But at the same time, these things move quickly. Celtic got other strikers on the radar. I think maybe similar to Juranovic, I think it could be a thing where get paid top money, understandably. But I think he'd be a waste. I think he'd be someone, a kind of, you don't want to, after Tottenham up, say bottom 3, bottom 4 team in England, but there is teams in the lower half English football that to me would be a no-brainer signing. Fits the league. Look at someone like Mitrovic, the goals he scored at the top end of the Championship, bottom 8 and now is doing it for Fulham. I'd see no reason why a Nottingham Forest or a Bournemouth, or it'd be fair to Bournemouth's got a couple of half-decent strikers, but that's the type of, I'm a big fan, always have been, and I think actually for all Kyogo's ability, I just think Giakoumakis always brings something different. I think he's a vital part of the Celtic team.
Given, Mick, what you said there about Juranovic, and if there's a hint that he wants to go, as there definitely is around Giakoumakis, do you imagine that a partner of the ways is just inevitable now?
It does look that way. Excuse me. It does seem to be the case. Listen, you get a player who's maybe not that chuffed at not playing every week, and who is 28, a couple of young kids, hasn't really made much money in the game so far in his career, and thinking he could do with a bumper payday. So I get why Giakoumakis might be feeling a little bit itchy about making a move somewhere. So I get it. I think I tend to agree with Graeme. I think he's a real asset for Celtic, especially like you say, the kind of the domestic games. He adds a bit of different dimension to Celtic. I like the way Celtic play when he's in the team, and they tend to get the ball in the box a bit earlier and all that stuff. And I think he is a real asset. I can see. Likewise, I think he's tailor made for a team like the English Championship, like a promotion chasing team that dominates the ball and is got a lot of possession. I think he would do a terrific job at that level. Which, by the way, makes him a very expensive commodity as well. Mm-hmm. Even for that level, I mean, talking a goal scorer like him. If there's a way to keep him happy and keep him at Celtic Park, I think they should try and explore it. I just don't think there might be too much water under the bridge now. I don't know if it's maybe a slight clash with the manager. I don't know. Listen, we don't know what happened behind closed doors, but you get the feeling he's frustrated about not playing every week. I mean, first choice when he scores so many goals. But the way Celtic play, that he tends to be the kind of second choice, and he's the one that gets brought in to give Kyogo a wee rest now and again, or if he's injured. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it is inevitable. He will maybe make a move now. But I think it'd be a mistake. But listen, you can't change the guy's mind. If that's the way he feels, there's not a lot you can do about it. Like I say, if you give that indication to the manager, you're not particularly happy, I get the impression that right, you're off you go, off you pop, we'll bring somebody else in.